Honorable Minister, I always have the privilege of asking questions as a master of ceremony, and it's your intent, your speech has been so illustrious that in many ways it set a tone for everybody in HR. As a great leader, what are the 3 key challenges that you see for anyone to be able to manage the future, sir?
We must treat the challenges as opportunities. Once you change that mindset, that challenges always see that there is a block. When you say that challenges are transformed into opportunities, something
unique happens. Yeah, I'm going to walk up to one of the members in the audience, Arun Bharadwaj. If you had an opportunity, please stand, to ask this Honorable Minister, whose brilliant speech endured me, what would that one question be, sir?
Sir, Honorable Minister, good evening to you. Your speech was so passionate that it is moving people. What do you think for leaders are the basic skills and traits that we need to have wider influence?
In fact, that kind of a skill, according to me, my assessment, can be acquired by everyone. That is universal in nature. But the only question is how to access it. That's why, when I dealt with the subject of oversight committee on education, I gave a slogan like expansion, inclusion, excellence. And the excellence cannot be isolated. It will come as a result of, it is just like Sachin Tendulkar. One person cannot get the World Cup. All the players play, then you get the. This is how, you need to work. And include everybody, the team will march forward. And you get the result. It's not difficult.
Alright, I'm going to walk up to Sanjay Mulkar and requested, if you had a question to ask the Honorable Minister, what would that be?
Sir, in the inclusivity that you talked about, compassion seems to be very central to human behavior. But still we see around the world non-compassionate behavior. Therefore, if you had to suggest to people to develop compassion and therefore inclusive behavior, what would be your advice to such human beings would be?
I think I have no, the word compassion will have no place in my dictionary. I am telling you. One need not be compassionate. You love yourself, love the world. That means, when you think that, when you don't love, you cannot love the people around you. That is what is required. It is a question of partnering in a business, not, something you want to give and somebody has to take. There is no such thing as that. Everybody is in a position to give, and for that, it is necessary to build the capacity in everyone. And that's what we need to do it, and by building others, you are building yourself. If you understand that logic, I think the world will be different.
Mr. Harishman.
Sir, I come from the technology world, and my question is, in order to bring scientific mindset, do you think that the religious mindset which we have built up over the last few thousand years would be a major hindrance?
I must tell you, nothing is a major hindrance. We live to the religion through centuries and centuries, and our country has grown, and that is why we are called the cradle of civilization. So, but at the same time, the religion is a potent force. Mahatma Gandhi, Saint Teresa, they utilized it, bring peace, harmony in the society. At the same time, there are people and people, that what we call a human psyche. That is what C.G. Jung, a German philosopher, said. Any carcinoma, or a flood, or a drought, or even volcano, you can definitely minimize the damage, or you can eliminate the damage because of the scientific development. But what is irreparable is human psyche. Bin Laden, attacked one, WTC building. And WTC building was proof for earthquake, but it was not proof to the human psyche of Bin Laden. And if you are in a position to culture that kind of a human psyche in a positive way, perhaps religion can play a role. I don't say the religion cannot play the role. Religion, any civilization, I must tell you that, Arnold Toynbee once he said that 21 out of 21 world civilizations, 19 perished in the world because of the crisis in character. And that is what ultimately, if the religions can play this kind of a role, building the character of the man, they can do it. They can also, religion can also be a potent destructive force to destroy a person. This is the difference. It's a very thin line. I am telling you, Hitler would have been the biggest artist in the world. He wanted admission in the School of Art, I think in Geneva. He was not admitted because he did not belong to the class of Jews. He was refused, he became a dictator to destroy the world. Just imagine. Ravana. There is very thin difference between Rama and Ravana. Ravana is a bigger scholar, bigger man, and depicted him. But but his mother was denied the legitimacy of the wife from his father.
Meet you also, and that really means a lot for us. And sir, the UNDP records of India is very, very poor. And we have not done pretty well on those goals. The report is very out, the child death, the malnutrition that is happening. One of the problems I see as we go forward is the healthcare budget, which over a period of time had just stagnated at less than 1% of the GDP. I think there is a very urgent need to focus in this area with appropriate health budget. And we at the industry is ready to contribute and help and work together. One of our projects in Haryana on malnutrition and maternity death has won the Asian Award. We have carried this program for the last 6 years. We are doing this about 600 villages now in Haryana. But all we need is a real direction and strong support from the government, particularly on the budget. It's need. Vaccine is one area. For the last 6 years, we have not brought any vaccine in the UIP. It's a very urgent need to bring vaccines in the UIP. I think if you could focus on few of these areas, you will see the malnutrition coming down and the deaths of the child are coming down. Thank you, sir.
In the new company bill, we have given a schedule of the works to be taken under the CSR. And one of the items in that schedule is particularly Millennium Goal Object Development. And even according to me, the health and education should be the topmost priority in the country. And I am prepared to accept your suggestion, and we definitely ensure that we will have PPP projects or projects which will encourage corporate bodies to develop, particularly take more interest in health and also education.
Ladies and gentlemen, sir, thank you so much for fielding these questions so ably. Your leadership and endurance, filled with tenacity and courage, makes all the difference. To do the final, yes, sir.
No, I am always fielding because I was a cricket player. Not in the colleges, to the high school. We had a good team, and my coach used to say, "You have to open the game, and till the last man is out, you should not be out." Now, we secured the championship for 3 continuous years, and I started batting, and I was never out till the last man.
Sir, this is so amazing.
That is called sustainability.
That's called sustainability. Sir, you ever get some spare time at home? What do you do when you're at home?
I get plenty of time. I have time for my wife, my children. Nobody will complain till today.
So there's a work-life balance that you do. Yeah. What
But I also engage my wife because I write Kannada, but normally literature is written in Kannada. I write. Now she is engaged in correcting it. So she is also busy. I am also.
Is it kind of political thing that you're doing?
I think that's also a diplomacy to carry on with your wife. Otherwise, you are busy and you are very busy. She is not occupied. Then she has every reason to crumble. I will not give any scope or space to crumble.
So could I ask you, what's your favorite food?
food is concerned, and anything you give, that will be my favorite. I have no choice.
You have no choice at all. You have any personality you look up to as an iconic leader?
Yeah, the one book, the Bunyan's book that is called Pilgrim's Progress. That inspired me.
It did. And what did you learn from it?
So that is, the discovery. You have what is called Anveshana. If the God comes before me, one of the story which is narrated, illustrated by Lessing, God comes before you, hold the absolute truth in the right hand, and the search for truth in the left hand. I will say that, the God, let the absolute truth be with you, and you give me that search for truth. Search for truth will only give the mobility, march forward, and you will be dynamic. And this is how I believe in life. That's how I like some of these authors.
You think karma is important?
Karma, I don't believe in Maya. Karma is action. I don't think you need to attribute anything. There are a lot of mythical things which cloud us. And I must tell you that I made an experiment as an education minister. I conducted a survey. From 1 to 4 classes. 60% of the students, they have the learning disability. They look very light, very fine, everything is okay. But they were living in slums or some rural area, or some houses where the husband and wife used to fight against each other. Then their mind is clouded. I must tell you that they become disabled forever. Learning disabled, apart from physical disability. If you are in a position to remove that kind of you discover that every man, there is potential. Tomorrow he can be Einstein or anybody. This is how we need to work on children around you and in your house also. You should nurture them. If you don't nurture them with that good feeling, they can be tomorrow disasters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, I hope you enjoyed it. Let's hear it for the enjoyment and the purposeful mission with which our minister communicated. Mr. Sandeep Ghosh, will you do the final round of presenting this little token of appreciation? Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief People Officer and Head of HR of Reserve Bank of India, Mr. Sandeep Ghosh. Gentlemen, how can we conclude a song, or how can we conclude this program so differently? Therefore, to propose a vote of thanks, may I invite on behalf of Star News, the CMO, Mr. Neeraj Sanan on stage. As Mr. Neeraj Sanan walks up, I have a little song for you, sir, that I'd like to present to you. The song is from Kenny's very famous, I'm going to present it to you on the screen, called I Believe I Can Fly. I hope you like it. This will be alongside of.
There is always an Amazonic river flowing to your mind. If you can recognize it, everyone will be great in this country.
There is an Amazonic river flowing in our minds. If we can recognize it, we will all be great as leaders. Since you are a great literary person, I'm going to perform for you The Alchemist closing sentence as a befitting tribute to your leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, The Alchemist, for most of us who've read, has a person like him who goes through all the trials and tribulations of life only to emerge successful. Our minister is not just an alchemist of change. Our minister is an alchemist that says, every day I discover something new inside me. And every day as I discover something new inside me, I realize that the potential of well-being is so high that I raise the bar of what I want to do. And each day as I raise the bar of what I want to do, I achieve more, I achieve more, I achieve more. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sanan, for your vote of thanks and the final song and the curtains draw for today evening's program. Your vote of thanks.
Honorable Minister, the august members of this audience, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. On behalf of, I stand here on behalf of a network which runs Star News, Ananda and Star Ananda and Star Maza. We reach close to about 100 million people. And as a journalistic organization, we are proud to say that we make a change in society. We bring about the thought leadership in society. We ensure that the values in society are intact. I'm very humbled to say that the kind of things the people are doing out here, I think we're not alone. And Honorable Minister has pointed out a lot of things. We may have malnutrition problems, we may have corruption problems, we may have other problems. But sir, as long as leaders like you are fielding, I assure you on behalf of this audience that there are enough players in the country to ensure that as Indian cricket team number one rahe na rahe, hum log number one hamesha rahenge. Thank you very much for guiding us, sir. And on behalf of this, let's just keep doing all what we are doing. And I will be very happy if come next year we have so many people to accolade that there's not enough time. I hope that happens next year. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for this wonderful evening, and thank you, Dr. Bhatia, for a great organization.
Tributes to the man who believes he can fly, our Honorable Minister, Dr. Vinipal Roy. Good night, good luck, God bless you. I hope to meet you soon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.